Hello everyone. This is Wealth Accumulation Channel. For those who want to immigrate to Canada, have you ever thought about your parents' retirement issues, as well as, if you have lived in Canada for decades, how do you take care of yourself when you are old? Everybody knows, Canada is an old country, but due to Western cultural customs, strong emphasis on human independence, when I get old, I generally don't live with my children. So today I want to talk to you about how to provide for the aged in Canada. I have a video, specifically speaking about Canadian pensions. If you haven't seen that video, can click above. Since I was in a medical institution more than 10 years ago, do social work. The main job is to help the elderly who live at home, apply for funding from the government, buy a wheelchair walker or apply for a nursing home. Today's issue, I just want to share with you what I know. Canadian government's plan for home care. What help? Then there is the detailed introduction. Seniors apartment in Canada. Apartments for the elderly. Retirement home. Serviced apartments for the elderly. And the details of the nursing home. If you are a person with certain health problems, elderly people who are currently living at home, feeling like cooking or cleaning, there are certain difficulties in daily life such as grocery shopping. While in Western countries, elderly people generally do not live with their children. Children often have work to do with their own children. I generally don't feel obligated to come. Full-time elderly care. Look after parents. So, at this point you will call a Community Care Access Center institutions. CCAC for short. CCC will send a case manager. A staff member came to your home to check. Look at your medical documents. Certificate from your doctor. Evidence that you have a medical condition. Then evaluate your fitness. Take a look at your living environment, etc. After evaluating all aspects of the case manager will tell you, are you qualified? Get some free help. For example, they might send a personal support worker, also called homemaker, kind of like an aide to help you clean up, or help you take a bath. A worker who cooks for you. But the number of hours per week is there, capped. Not that I need him here full time. The government will provide you with such a free staff member, but he will according to your health condition, up to every week. When I work, up to 8 hours per week. I don't know if there is any change now. Because this one is totally government funded. So, it is also a huge expense for the government. If you think 8 hours, if a week is not enough, then you will have to pay extra at your own expense. The nurse came to your house to help you cook and wash the dishes, or cleaning up or giving you a bath, etc. Generally, if you hire at your own expense, the CCC staff will also help you contact related departments. Only at this time you are called at your own expense. I remember I was like, if you hire a nurse at your own expense, it usually costs more than 20 yuan per hour. Usually in Canada, if you're paralyzed in bed, few people can live at home. Because of a nurse, his hourly wage is 20 Canadian dollars per hour. That's a lot of expense. And the government pointed out that 8 hours. Besides providing you with nursing uniforms, he will also according to your health situations such as you in a wheelchair. He might provide a physical therapist to help you, teach you how to do exercises, etc. This is not permanent. It's just that once in a while there was a physiotherapists come to help you do exercises, teach you how to practice. This is also a free service. And then social workers like me will also visit this patient a few times. If the patient does not sufficient funds to apply for a wheelchair and various other medical devices, I can also according to his income, then help him apply for funding from the government. Some old people feel that living in their own house, very inconvenient. For example, snow removal in winter and weeding in summer. House is big, so they are likely to apply for seniors apartment. Apartments for the elderly. This kind of apartment for the elderly is not served by staff. It's just that all the residents living in this building are, for example, over the age of 50 or over the age of 55. Such an apartment for the elderly. Well, the rent is often cheaper. Because it is government funded, it is government subsidized. Apartment for the elderly. His room. The rent is also determined according to the pension income of the elderly. It's not that two old people who live in the same area, they pay exactly the same rent. In fact, it may be completely different. If the old man need a lot of help, then you can't live in the senior's apartment. At this time we have to go to retirement home, also called assistive living. It means someone helped you. For example, someone provides you with 3 meals, help you clean the room, etc. Such an apartment for the elderly, also known as retiming home. But retiming home is not government funded, is at your own expense. Rents are often higher. I don't know the current market, but many years ago it was. For example, if an old man with 1 room and 1 living room includes food and lodging, it takes more than 3,000 homes a month. If it is a couple may need more than 5,000 homes. I compare this with some elderly apartments in China. The price/performance ratio of domestic elderly apartments, that's much higher. This is wealth accumulation channel. Think about it. More than 3,000 homes for 1 person. If it is converted into RMB, live in China. Very good nursing home. Elderly people living in retirement homes are often possible in a wheelchair or use a walker. It's an old man like Tsukuki. This retirement home is somewhat equivalent to domestic ones. Half care if you're someone who's completely paralyzed in bed, or in the advanced stages of dementia, or have a stroke, etc. At this time you have to apply for nursing home. Nursing home also known as long-term care. The nursing home is government funded, not like what some people misunderstand is that it's completely free. He doesn't call free. He is also based on your income. How much to charge you. For example, an old man who has never worked in his life. He only has the little pension that the government gives him. So, this old people's apartment will put all his pension. Take it all away then in Canada. Even old people who have never worked in their lives. He will also have a monthly pension of more than 1,000 homes. So old man apartment. The pension of his more than 1,000 homes. Collect all. If you were the pension is relatively high, more than 2,000. So, this elderly charity will give you more than 2,000. The home is also closed. But he won't charge a lot. I won't accept such endless income as 3, 4, 5,000. He has a limit. Overall, nursing home is government funded. Still relatively cheap, compared to the many services he provides. And Canadian labor is so expensive. Nursing home. The fees charged are not high. Is subsidized by the government. But it doesn't mean you don't pay a penny. You can save your old man's money for your children. It's out of the question. He has a 4-person room, a double room or a single room. If you have older people with better pensions, you can choose to live in a single room. Nursing home is a queue for many years. The waiting time is very long. Be mentally prepared. Every city is different. A nursing home with better conditions. Maybe the queue time will be longer. Only in one case. You may not have to wait years. That is, for example, if you enter the emergency department of the hospital, into the ICU, for example, with a doctor's certificate. I think you are definitely at home and can't wait all day. If you enter the nursing home through this way, they often pass away after a short stay in the nursing home. In conclusion, if you are in Canada, have some health problems, but if you can basically live at home, then you go to the Community Care Access Center. Ask to send you a free nurse. Come and work for you a few hours a week. Help you clean, cook, take a bath, etc. If you feel it's too inconvenient to live in a big house of your own, you can apply for an apartment for the elderly. If you are in an apartment for the elderly, no due to no service, I still feel like I can't live independently. At this time you have to apply for retirement home. That is, where someone provides you with 3 meals, clean your room, elderly apartments that help you with laundry and other services. If in such an apartment for the elderly, if you still think it's difficult, at this time you have to queue up to apply for nursing home. Nursing home will do it for you. Provide 24 hours a full range of services. There are also nurses 24 hours. Good on duty. Let's talk about this first today. Hope my video today can help you learn more about Canada pension system. It can also help you better consider retirement of parents in Canada, or your own future retirement issues. To Canada. Have a comprehensive understanding of the entire social system. If you think my video today, if there is a little bit of help for you, don't forget to like and forward. See you next time.